Imagine 8 strangers in a tiny lifeboat. There's only food and water for one, so 7 will be cast overboard and left for the sharks, the orcas, and the giant squids. That's the fairy tale version, what you're about to see. Because on a lifeboat, you're usually not humiliated when you're eliminated. Tonight, 8 contestants compete by answering trivia questions to win up to $1 million on The Weakest Link. Welcome to The Weakest Link. Have you ever heard the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Well, meet your frenemies. If you want to win money tonight, you're going to have to work as a team, friendly-like. And then when the round is over, you'll kick someone to the curb, not so friendly-like. It's going to be lovely. Now, everybody say something nice about yourself before we start voting you off.
My name is Kay. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm a marketing manager for an automotive company.
I'm Glenn. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I'm a middle school teacher.
I'm Ashley. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm a video game artist.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm from PD Guam, and I am a conference planner.
Hi, I'm Colin FX. I'm from Bedford, New Hampshire, and I'm a healthcare integration analyst.
I'm Alexandra. I'm from Aspen, Colorado, and I'm the CEO of a branding agency.
I'm Andrew. I'm from Palo Alto, California, and I'm a test prep instructor.
I'm Reggie. I'm from Huntington Beach, California, and I'm a nanny.
Well, I'm sure that it was exciting the same way that crocheting is for people who do that sort of thing. Okay, so here's how this works. I will ask you questions, one at a time. If you string together enough correct answers, you'll win the top prize for the round. In this round, a chain of 8 correct answers will put $25,000 in your bank. However, one wrong answer will break the chain and take you back to 0. But if you press your button and say bank before your question is asked, well, that money is safe and you'll start a brand new chain. Remember, at the end of the round, only the money that is banked can be taken forward. And we'll start with Kay. It's time to play The Weakest Link. First question is for $1,000. Start the clock. Kay, created by author P.L. Travers, who is the magical English nanny that travels by umbrella?
Mary Poppins.
Correct. Glenn.
Bing.
Bonjour is a greeting in what language?
French.
Correct. Ashley, around Christmas time, what charities volunteers ring a bell to solicit donations in iconic red kettles?
Santa charity.
No, the Salvation Army. Joe, traditionally, it takes how many strikes until you're out in the old ball game known as baseball?
3.
Correct. Colin, the character on your screen is voiced by what actor in the Guardians of the Galaxy films?
Matthew McConaughey.
Nope, Bradley Cooper. Alexandra, for a New York musical to be considered on Broadway, the theater must have at least how many seats?
200.
No, 500. Andrew, in Crayola crayons, mahogany, beaver, and chestnut are all hues of what color?
White.
No, brown. Reggie, on the New York Stock Exchange, what company's symbol is just the letter K?
Calvin Klein.
Nope, Kellogg. K, to get a blackjack in the game of blackjack, you must be dealt a 10 or a face card plus what other card?
Ace.
Correct. Glenn. Bing. Comedy writer Larry David plays comedy writer Larry David on what HBO series?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Correct. Ashley, upon completion, what structure in our nation's capital measured just over 555 feet tall?
The monument?
More
The
specific.
Washington Monument?
Correct. Joe, if your doctor tells you that you suffer from anosmia, which of your senses is most diminished?
Smell.
Correct. Colin, Humble Pie is the ironic title of the memoir of what temperamental British celebrity chef?
Richard Branson.
No, Gordon Ramsay. Alexandra, what colorful bird is the name of NBC's new streaming service?
The peacock.
Correct. Time's up. All right, team. Out of a possible $25,000, you banked An abysmal $2,000. That money will go through to the next round, but one of you will not. Who tried to put gas in their Tesla? Who's proving Darwin correct? Who only now just realized I'm not Anne Robinson? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The players must evaluate each other's performances and decide who deserves to get kicked off the team. The strongest link in this round is Glenn, getting both of his questions right and banking all of the team's money. Statistically, the weakest link is Colin, who missed both of his questions. But how will the votes go?
The voting is complete. Colin FX, did Elon Musk name you?
No, my parents did.
You have a very interesting name and you wear a bow tie. You want to tell us what the FX is?
It used to be Forrest Xavier, but that's my legal first name now. I was going to be in showbiz, but didn't make it, so.
Oh, well, you know, it's never too late. Yeah, actually, it is too late.
It is too late.
Yes. Would it surprise you to know that statistically, you are the weakest link in this round?
Demand me nothing, Jane. You know what you don't know.
And who do you think was the weakest link?
Ashley.
Ashley, how do you feel you did in this last round?
I did miss that first one, but I got the second one, so give me some credit, okay?
So you took a long time to answer your questions.
I did.
If you're going to be wrong fast.
Okay,
Who do you think was the weakest link?
Oh, jeez. I chose Andrew because he chose white instead of brown for...
Crayons, yes.
The crayons.
Yeah. So is there a chestnut hue of white? Is there a mahogany hue of white?
It's been a while since kindergarten.
Yeah. I understand you love taking tests.
It's a weird passion of mine. I
Yes.
really, really like standardized tests. Oh, yeah.
Do you also love failing tests?
Not as fun.
Well, as you know, it's the team's vote that counts, and it's time to reveal who the team thinks is the weakest link.
Colin.
Ashley.
Andrew.
Ashley.
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 Oh, Ashley, there are TikTok videos that lasted longer than your time on our show. With 6 votes, you were the weakest link. Goodbye.
You guys did me so wrong. Have a blessed day.
I think that was facetious. Have a blessed day. I don't believe it.
The first one to be voted off? That's awful. Andrew didn't even know his colors. My team did me wrong. I would have gotten them $1 million. No, I wouldn't have.
7 have made it this far, and because you all look like you desperately need the cash, I'll double the top prize to $50,000 when we return to the weakest link. Welcome back to the weakest link. Now, if I'm texting about what's happened so far, I give it a thumbs down emoji for the fact that they only banked $2,000 out of $25,000 that I offered. Top prize for this round is $50,000. But as always, only the money banked will be carried forward. 10 seconds are coming off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that's Glenn. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Glenn, if you say, Alexa, is this the real life? Your Echo device will recite the lyrics from what Queen song?
Big Bottom Girls.
Nope, Bohemian Rhapsody. Joe, the weather or asteroids? What does a meteorologist predict?
The weather.
Correct. Colin, on what television series did the character on your screen say, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious?
The Office.
Correct. Alexandra.
Bank.
What B word is a man tending to if he's trimming his Van Dyke?
Bush.
Nope, beard. Andrew. Which of the 8 planets in the solar system comes first alphabetically?
Earth.
Correct. Reggie. What star of BoJack Horseman also voiced the title character in the Lego Batman movies?
Will Arnett.
Correct. Kay.
Bank.
When your mechanic pulls out a dipstick, it will usually be covered in what substance?
Oil.
Correct. Glenn,
Bang.
which Greek god's domain includes earthquakes, floods, and horses?
Poseidon.
Correct. Joe,
Bang.
what greeting card company uses the slogan, when you care enough to send the very best?
Hallmark.
Correct. Colin, what part of the bride's ensemble does the groom traditionally toss to the crowd at a wedding?
The garter.
Correct. Alexandra,
Bang.
what New York Yankees legend famously said 90% of the game is half mental?
Pass.
Yogi Berra. Andrew, the style of chair on your screen is named for what New York mountain range?
Adirondack.
Correct. Reggie.
Bang.
Regina King plays Angela Abar, a.k.a. Sister Knight, in what HBO series adapted from a comic book?
Watchmen.
Correct. Kay.
Bang.
What British luxury brand invented gabardine, a waterproof fabric for coats worn by World War I soldiers?
Louis Vuitton.
No. Burberry. Glenn. Dress your sandwich or dress your wounds? Which will they more likely do at the Mayo Clinic?
Your wounds.
Correct. Time is up. Well, you do realize there was $50,000 up for grabs, right? So why did you settle for $11K? That brings your total bank to $13,000. That money will go through to the next round, while one of you will not. Who has a song in their heart and nothing in their head? Who thought IQ stood for I quit? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
This time, the strongest link is Reggie. She had no wrong answers and banked money for the team. The weakest link is Alexandra, going over 2 on her questions. But it's the team's votes that will decide who goes home.
The voting is complete. Glenn, if you say, Alexa, is this the real life? Your Echo device would say what?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
It would now.
Yeah.
What did you say during the heat of the game?
Big bottom girls. The answer was going to come to me in 5 seconds, but I thought for the team's sake, I'll give the wrong answer in 2 seconds.
So be wrong fast.
Yeah, wrong
Always
fast.
good advice.
Your advice, yes.
Yes. So who did you think was the weakest link, Glenn?
I chose Alexandria.
And why?
She said pass, and a wrong guess could be right.
Okay. Now, Alexandra, what B word is a man tending to if he's trimming his Van Dyke? And you said bush. I don't know if you know you're being sexual, but the bush question? You didn't mean it, though, did you?
No.
No. And where are you from, Alexandra?
I'm from Aspen, Colorado.
That's way high, isn't it?
It is.
The oxygen levels there are a little different. Yeah. All right. So who did you think was the weakest link?
Colin. Frankly, I don't trust the bow tie, and I don't trust the FX at the end of his name.
Ouch. Boy, talk about judging a book by its cover. Colin.
She who hesitates is heaved off.
Wow. Well, as you know, it's the team's votes that count. It's time to reveal who the team thinks is the weakest link.
Alexandra.
Alexandria.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Colin FX.
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Well, Alexandra, if you need to use the bathroom, now is a good time on your way out. With 6 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Bye.
I feel like Colin should have been voted off. He missed a lot of answers in the first round, and I hope they vote off Colin's bow tie with Colin to follow.
When we return, these 6 players will try to add $75,000 to the pot. And then one of them will have to get off the pot and go home. Find out who when we return to the weakest link. Welcome back to the weakest link. I'm here with 6 people who are speed dialing their life coaches right now just to get through this next round. So far, out of a possible $75,000, you've banked a cringe-worthy $13,000. And now, because money makes everything more enjoyable for me, I'm raising the top prize to $75,000 if you run the chain. 10 seconds are coming off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that's Reggie. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Reggie, if you order a Hawaiian pizza, you're typically asking to ruin it by adding what fruit?
Pineapple.
Correct. Kay.
Bank.
What is the only U.S. state that starts with the letter U?
Utah.
Correct. Glenn, the Woodchuck song asks, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck what?
Wood.
Correct. Joe.
Bank.
Which word is the adjective in the following sentence? Jane Lynch is devastatingly attractive.
Attractive.
Correct. Colin.
Bank.
The man on your screen is what late-night announcer who's been introducing Jimmy Fallon since 2009?
Drew Carey.
Nope, Steve Higgins. Andrew. What O word is a sea creature that has up to 9 brains?
Octopus.
Correct. Reggie.
Bank.
Which Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor was inspired by the Grateful Dead's frontman?
Cherry Garcia.
Correct. Kay. If you started with $1 and doubled your money 3 times, how many dollars would you have?
8.
Yes, 8. Glenn.
Bank.
In 2019, what wild-haired man nicknamed Bojo became a resident of 10 Downing Street?
Doctor Who?
No, Boris Johnson. Joe, the person on your screen is competing in what high-speed Olympic sport?
Skeleton.
No, luge. Colin, in 2019, who defeated Venus Williams at Wimbledon at the age of 15?
Venus Williams. No, Serena Williams. Nope, no.
No, Coco Gauff. Andrew, what is the common 2-word term for the retail bonanza that comes one day after Thanksgiving?
Black Friday.
Correct. Reggie.
Bank.
What branch of the U.S. military trademarked the slogan, "A few good men"?
The Army.
Nope, the Marines. Kay, finish this classic movie quote. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not...
Talk about Fight Club.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
Worn during Oktoberfest, what L word is a traditional German garment of leather, shorts, and suspenders?
Lederhosen.
Correct. Time is up. Team. Out of a possible $75,000, you banked a contemptible $10,000. That brings your total bank to $23,000. That money will go through to the next round, but one of you will not. Who is about to get ghosted by this show? Who doesn't have to worry about paying taxes on their winnings? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second time, Colin is the weakest. It's been all or nothing for him. Either he gets all his questions right or all wrong. The strongest link is Kay, going 3-0 on her questions. But as we know, anyone can go.
The voting is complete. Joe, your question was the person on your screen is competing in what high-speed Olympic sport? What did you say?
Skeleton.
Oh, okay. Now, you're from Guam.
I am. It is a beautiful island in the Pacific Ocean where America's day begins because it's on that side of the international date line.
Interesting.
And we don't have winter sports.
You also don't get to vote in elections in
We
U.S.
do not
elections.
get to vote.
But you do get to vote here. And who did you vote for as the weakest link?
I voted for Colin FX
Okay, and how come?
because he who hesitates is heaved off.
Wow. Colin FX, 2019, who defeated Venus Williams at Wimbledon at the age of 15.
Stuttered.
You said,
I said
yeah.
Serena and
Yeah.
Venus.
And they were all wrong, yes.
I panicked, Jade.
Glenn,
Jane.
tell us what you do again.
I'm a middle school teacher.
Well, first of all, God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, are you familiar with the Prime Minister of England, Boris Johnson?
I am. I was thinking Sherlock Holmes.
10 Downing Street is like the White House, Glenn. Well, as you know, it's the team's votes that count, and it's time to reveal who the team thinks is the weakest link.
Colin.
Colin FX.
Colin FX.
Joe.
Colin FX.
Colin FX.
Colin, you went from FX to EX. With 5 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
See you, Colin.
Hi, Colin. I like your bow tie.
Joe should have been voted off because he got both his questions wrong and gave me nothing to bank. Curses. It's amazing how it just goes from you have one great round to one bad round, and that's all it takes to be voted off. So much for my lucky bow tie.
And now, we play round 4. Against my better judgment, I'm raising the top prize, and now a chain of 8 correct answers is worth $100,000. 10 seconds comes off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that's K. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. K, since 1999, the Oscars have been televised on what night of the week?
Sunday.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
What 3-digit number for directory assistance is also slang for inside information?
411.
Correct. Joe.
Bank.
The championship trophy on your screen is awarded to teams that play what professional sport?
Hockey.
Correct. Andrew, eat it or drive it? What should you do if somebody gives you an affogato?
Drive it.
No, eat it. Reggie, of all the Beatles songs that hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, what is the only song with a number in its title?
3.
No, 8 days a week. K, in the term Navy SEAL, the acronym SEAL stands for sea, air, and what?
Land.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
Mark Ruffalo and Edward Norton have both played what monstrous green superhero?
The Incredible Hulk.
Correct. Joe.
Bank.
What M word is a slang term for when a guy clarifies something in a condescending way?
Mansplain.
Correct. Andrew.
Bank.
What is longer, 10 inches or 20 centimeters?
10 inches.
Correct. Reggie.
Bank.
What famous inventor held over 1,000 U.S. patents, including 389 for electric light and power?
Benjamin Franklin.
No, Thomas Edison. K. On your screen, somebody is foolishly using a pen to solve what popular type of puzzle?
Sudoku.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
In a TV interview, what body part did Chrissy Teigen say she wouldn't let Sports Illustrated show since she hates how they look?
Her breasts.
No, her feet. Joe. In technology, if you're using an HDMI cable, what do the letters HD stand for?
High definition.
Correct. Andrew.
Bank.
What former New Jersey governor? Time's up. I cannot complete the question. Team, out of a possible $100,000, you banked $20,000. That brings your total bank to $43,000. That money will go through to the next round, but one of you will not. Whose high school nickname was not Einstein? Who's the candy corn in this pile of Halloween treats? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Earning the title of strongest link this round is Joe, getting all 3 of his questions right and banking $5,000. Reggie's rough round makes her the weakest link, as she missed both of her questions. Will she be the next to go home?
Well, the voting is complete. Oh, Glenn, you have something about women's body parts. Yeah, well, it shows where your mind goes.
My middle school students will be watching this, win or lose. So I've already said big bottoms
Right.
and breasts, so they're giggling their
Yeah.
butts off.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah. I love Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
She's a legend. Get it?
Yeah, I got it, Glenn.
Okay.
Hey, Glenn, who did
Yep.
you think was the weakest link?
Actually, I like all 4 of these contestants.
It doesn't matter who you
Okay,
like.
I feel bad for choosing Reggie. Thought maybe someone else might vote for her. Just didn't-
So
right.
you're afraid that she would beat you in the end game because she's good?
She was the strongest link last time.
Reggie,
Hi, Jane.
kind of quiet over there, kind of hiding behind your podium.
Waiting for you to talk to me.
And what do you do now?
I'm a nanny.
So you're taking care of other people's children.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare. So in this round, you missed both of your questions, which hasn't happened for you before. What's going on? Are you falling apart over there in the corner?
No. I mean, it's just all chance. I knew everyone else's questions.
Who did you think was the weakest?
I said Andrew, just because he got the affogato question wrong, and everyone loves coffee, so.
Tell him what it is.
So it's coffee with ice cream. It's like a dessert coffee.
Andrew, it's delicious. So, Andrew, you love taking tests, especially multiple choice. I gave you a 50-50 and you blew it.
I did.
Yeah. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
Okay. How'd you meet her?
Me and my girlfriend met.
My girlfriend and I.
My girlfriend and I met doing murder mystery dinner theater.
Who got killed more often, you or your girlfriend?
It was a pretty even split.
Yeah. Afraid you might be killed tonight?
We'll see what my teammates think of me.
Okay. Well, as you know, it's the team's votes that count, and it's time to reveal who the team thinks is the weakest link.
Reggie.
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 Andrew.
Whoa, Reggie. You came, you saw, you did not conquer. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think I was an asset to the team. I did bank the money, and I was the strongest link right before that.
Bye, Reggie. Sorry.
Bye, Jane.
Goodbye, Reggie.
But, you know, they all said nice things when I left. I mean, Jane was the meanest one, so maybe I'm mad at her.
We've got a lot of empty podiums around here, and soon we'll have one more. But first, our 4 remaining links play 1 round for $250,000 when we return to the weakest link. Welcome back to the weakest link. These 4 players successfully banked $43,000 out of a possible $250,000. And I use successfully in the loosest sense of that word, because actually that was not very good at all. In this round, I'll put another $250,000 on the table, because based on watching you play, most of it, at the end of the day, will still be here. We'll start with the strongest link from last round, and that's Joe. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Joe, in the Peanuts comic strip, who is Charlie Brown's pet beagle?
Snoopy.
Correct. Andrew, cutting or pasting, which are you more likely doing on your PC if you're pressing Control-V?
Pasting.
Correct. Kay.
Bank.
The bridge on your screen connects Brooklyn to what other New York borough?
Manhattan.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
Who holds the record for the longest career hosting the same game show?
Bob Barker?
No, Pat Sajak. Joe. In 2020, Taika Waititi became the first Maori artist to win a screenwriting Oscar for what film?
Jojo Rabbit.
Correct. Andrew.
Bank.
What name for a Spanish salsa literally translates to beak of the rooster?
Pico de Gallo.
Correct. Kay. If rapper 2 Chainz added 200% more chains to his name, how many would there be?
Six.
Correct. Glenn. Which musically named corn snack uses the motto, America's #1 finger hat?
Bugles.
Correct. Joe.
Bank.
The Pennsylvania masterpiece on your screen was designed by what architect?
Right.
Correct. Andrew.
Bank.
Bonnaroo Music Festival takes place annually on a 700-acre farm in what state?
California.
No, Tennessee. Kay. In a 2010 movie, John Cusack, Craig Robinson, and Rob Corddry time travel via what device?
Hot tub.
Correct. Glenn.
Bank.
What fast food chain paid $44,100 for Pharrell's designer hat because it resembled their logo?
Arby's.
Time's up. Glenn, your answer was correct, but you did not get it in time. All right, team, out of a possible $250,000, you banked a mere 10% of that amount, $25,000. That brings your total bank to $68,000. That money will go through to the next round, but one of you will not. Whose rap name would be notoriously slow? Who proves why first cousins shouldn't marry? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second straight round, Joe is the strongest link. In fact, he's only missed 1 question the whole game. Glenn is statistically the weakest link. Does that mean his number is up?
The voting is complete. Kay,
How you doing, Jane?
really good. Haven't talked to you the whole show.
I've been silently doing my own thing over here.
You have,
Yeah.
kind of under the radar. So what do you do for a living?
I'm a marketing manager for an automotive company.
Oh, then you must love cars.
I actually know nothing about cars. Absolutely zero, yeah.
To successfully market a product that you have no interest in and know nothing about is a real talent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Glenn.
Hi.
So I understand you have a personalized license plate that says genius. Would it surprise you and your students to learn that you statistically were the weakest link in this last round?
I found that if I want to talk to you one-on-one, I have to miss some.
Is it worth it to lose all that money so you could have a little chat with me?
It is.
Okay, well, we know your values, and I got to tell you, I support it. Well, as you know, it's the team's votes that count, and it's time to reveal who the team thinks is the weakest link.
Andrew, sorry.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Kay.
Andrew, our test prep instructor, when it came to tonight's test, you failed. With 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
See, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew. Sorry.
You know, I'm feeling a little betrayed right now. I mean, Glenn was the weakest link, but I was unanimously voted off. I know one thing. I'm going to treat myself to an affogato after this.
Coming up, these 3 will play for our biggest prize yet, $500,000. And then things will get awkward when one of them finds out they're the third wheel. Find out who when we return to the weakest link. Welcome back to the weakest link. Well, we've made it to round 6. Let's see how you did. Out of a possible $500,000, you banked $68,000. But listen, I like you. So this round, I'm going to give you another chance to build your bank with a top prize of $500,000. Another 10 seconds will come off the clock, and we'll start with the strongest link from the last round. Once again, it's Joe. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Joe, what Major League Baseball team plays its home games in Fenway Park?
Boston Red Sox.
Correct. K, what M word is a cap worn by graduates consisting of a closely fitted headpiece with a flat square top?
Monogram.
No, mortarboard. Glenn, if you're 2 minutes into your favorite song by 5 Seconds of Summer, how many seconds have you been listening?
120.
Correct. Joe,
Thank you.
what 2-time Oscar winner won her first Oscar in 2005 by portraying 4-time Oscar winner Katharine Hepburn?
Chaka Khan.
No, Kate Blanchett. K, Tina Knowles Lawson is the mother of Beyonce. And what other Grammy-winning daughter?
Solange.
Correct. Glenn,
Ben.
what presidential daughter co-wrote the Book of Gutsy Women with her mother, Hillary?
Chelsea Clinton.
Correct. Joe, Don Draper smoked cigarettes and slept with his secretary on what Emmy-winning drama?
Mad Men.
Correct. K,
Bank.
what country's flag has only the colors green, black, and gold on it?
Nigeria.
No, Jamaica. Glenn, what team broke a 108-year-old World Series drought when they finally won in 2016?
Cubs.
Correct. Joe,
Thank you.
soggy bottom was a favorite term Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood used as judges on what UK food competition show?
The Great British Baking Show.
Correct. K, if I drove to the capital city of Bismarck, what U.S. state would I be in?
New Hampshire.
No, North Dakota. Time's up. Hey, remember a couple of minutes ago when I offered you $500,000 if you ran the chain? Now, I'm no math major, but $12,500 is nowhere near $500,000. So, team, for the entire show, you have banked only $80,500. Whose cardboard cutout should have played the game instead? Who should not be homeschooling their children? Whose answers got caught in their spam filter? It's time to cast your final vote for the weakest link.
When the stakes were highest, Glenn had his best round yet and secured the title of strongest link. Glenn is also the only player to bank money in all 6 rounds. However, Joe has banked more money than any other player. For the first time, Kay is the weakest link. missing 3 of her questions. Did she just blow her shot at going to the finals?
The voting is complete. Kay, not a good round for you.
No, I am not a whiz with geography.
Are you worried you might be going home?
Little concerned, but these are smart guys, and maybe because that round was so bad, they'll want to take me into the last one because they think they can beat me.
Well, that would be an interesting strategy. Joe, you've been playing well the entire game. Maybe too well. You think they might team up on you and get rid of you?
I believe it was your predecessor who said, I hope they have courage.
Anne Robinson. She was absolutely correct. Glenn,
Jane,
are you a courageous kind of a guy, or are you going to play it safe?
we'll find out soon.
Oh, what a nice tease. There's $80,500 in the bank, and it's time for you to tell us who you think is the weakest link.
Joe.
Joe. Kay.
Joe, in the words of Chaka Khan, I feel for you, baby. With 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe. We'll miss you.
Bye. Sorry.
Love you. I'm disappointed in Kay and in Glenn. I think that they were scared to face me in the final round. They definitely took the easy way out.
It's you and me.
I guess I should have played dumb, but you know, that's hard for me.
Kay and Glenn have made it to the final round and are about to play for the entire bank of $80,500. Now, one of them will go home with the money, and the other will just go home. Who will it be? Find out when we return to The Weakest Link. Welcome back to The Weakest Link. Kay and Glenn have somehow managed to stay in the game, and that game we play is about to change. You will now play against each other, head to head. I've got 5 questions for each of you. There will be no voting, no chain making, no banking, just $80,500 for the one who gives me the most correct answers. Glenn, as the strongest link from the last round, you get to decide who goes first.
Ladies first.
So Kay and Glenn, let's play for $80,500, The Weakest Link. Kay, the first question goes to you. What thick-skinned mammal native to Asia and Africa got its name from the Greek word for nose-horned?
Rhinoceros.
The correct answer is rhinoceros. Glenn, what former New York City mayor spent over $1 billion of his own money to run for president in 2019 and 2020?
De Blasio.
The correct answer is Michael Bloomberg.
Oh, yeah.
Kay, what U.S. state was the first to grow coffee commercially?
Hawaii.
The correct answer is Hawaii. You are now leading 2-0. Glenn, your opportunity to get on the board with this question. Sheryl Sandberg is the billionaire COO of what major social networking company?
Twitter.
The correct answer is Facebook.
Oh.
You've dug yourself an early hole there, Glenn. Kay, a chance to expand your lead. In 1943, an early version of scuba equipment called an aqualung was co-invented by what French naval officer?
Johnson? I'm not sure. I don't know.
The correct answer is Jacques Cousteau.
Of course.
Kay, you've opened the door for Glenn to narrow the gap. Glenn, Sold since the 1930s, what popular brand of chips contains only 3 ingredients? Corn, oil, and salt.
Fritos.
The correct answer is Fritos. You're on the board. K. A law passed over 400 years ago in Italy requiring that what specific form of transportation be painted black?
Police vehicles?
The correct answer is gondolas. Glenn, if you get this next answer correct, you will tie the game. In 2010, the night after winning a Razzie Award for All About Steve, Sandra Bullock won an Oscar for her role in what film?
The Blind Side.
The correct answer is The Blind Side.
Oh, God.
K. The term spam for junk email was originally a reference to a sketch by what famous comedy group?
Groundlings?
The correct answer is Monty Python. Glenn, if you answer this correctly, you will pull off the comeback and win the game. In the U.S., what officer authorized by the state is legally empowered to validate documents by applying an official seal or stamp?
A notary.
Glenn, the correct answer is a notary public. You win the game. Congratulations, Glenn. You are tonight's strongest link, and you'll leave here with $80,500. Okay? Please don't be hard on yourself. That's what I'm here for. Glenn, you pulled it off.
My heart's still beating. I got married 9 days ago. Well, I'm gonna take my wife on a nice honeymoon, so this would be great for that.
Well, that's all for tonight, America. And remember, take each day as it comes. Put your pants on one leg at a time. And always cry in the bathroom stall so nobody sees you. Just don't be the weakest link. Bye.